So I wanted to start just with a quick overview of what I do. I will be quick, I promise. I said I started my career as a freelance developer, then I started working in a startup world. Since the beginning, I had this approach of working on different projects at the same time. It is not standard, it should not be done probably, but I found out that if I work on a single project, I get easily burned out. So when Fabrizio asked me to join this event and start talking about some of my projects, I was really confused on what I should discuss. Because currently I was working the last few months on way too many projects, different technology stacks, different database systems, different environments. So when I was thinking about it, I said, but let's do something more about what enables me lately to do this. And this is why, and the answer is the hot topic of the last year and a half, and it is the artificial intelligence. So let's start with some definition. So basically the idea is that we are trying, so not we, but people working on AI engines are trying to simulate the human intelligence and create machines that are able to do a lot of stuff that our brain is able to do. And one of these is currently obviously software development. So this is just a quick note on what we are using. When we say artificial intelligence, it's the huge field, the broad field where we try to create intelligence machines. But then there are some fields like machine learning that is more like the focus is to create algorithms that learn from data. And then deep learning, that is the usage of neural networks to try to model and recreate and improve complex patterns. So these are something that is altogether generate the tools that I'm going to discuss with you today. This is my tool chain, let's say. So the basic tools that I use every day. So the first one is ChatGPT. As probably you already are aware of, it's generic artificial intelligence that has a chat interface. So the idea is that the chat part is very important. It's so important that basically it changed the world in the last year, and it is the base of a lot of other projects and other tools like GitHub Copilot. That is reliance of Microsoft GitHub, and they are integrating it in every tool and the system they use. So, for example, if you are a Windows user, you will have inside the operating system. And this is the direction that even Apple is going to, and other vendors as well. And then just a quick note, because I will display it later, but JetBrains is a company that creates a set of tools of different development environments that are very important for me because by changing so many times per day languages, having the same interface, the same tool, is very important to not go crazy. So I try to summarize three environments, three aspects of my work there, and then I will show some examples. So three phases where I do a huge leverage on AI. So the first one is brainstorming. So I take technical decision every day, and sometimes I'm even around, I'm driving or I'm walking, and I try to think to solution or try to imagine systems. And what I do, usually I try to talk to myself, but it doesn't work very often. So with this tool set, with ChatGPT in particular, I can use even my voice. So when I'm around, I just open the app and ask random things about technologies. And this is work. So the examples here are on my job, so on software development or creating systems, software system. But I can assure that this works in any field. Even my wife is using it my wife is an artist, she's using it to, she did a huge use of ChatGPT to create a project for kids in a school. Because the idea is that you can ask things. So this is all the examples that I will show you here are real examples, something that I did weeks ago, months ago, and just to give you, a sort of hints on what I can ask to do it. So this is why they are in Italian, because they are real. Not this one, this is in English, I don't know why. So I sometimes, in this case, I was checking a code base of some of the team I was with, and I was confused by the choice of framework. So I asked the ChatGPT, what should I use? So in this case, I wasn't really interested in the answer. I wanted all this list to try to understand the pros and cons of having choice. Or even other, sometimes possible approaches. So I was thinking, how can I replicate Keycode? It's an identity management system, let's say, and I needed to replicate the setup on different environments. So I asked, what should I do? There is a way from a command line to perform this kind of operation. So really brainstorming, because I probably didn't follow this tool. There was other options, but it was good to start thinking about it. Another approach is in brainstorming phase is to have tech insights, so just asking how does things work. So in this case, I was checking how to set up pipelines to perform automatic operations on a GitLab instance. So it's kind of, just to understand how things work. And so these are tech examples, but I use it for to ask everything, even the binary cloud needs. Anyway, then there is in another scenario, I was preparing a design for a new system to manage keys, and I found this project, but I wasn't really sure it was had the set of features I needed. So I asked ChatGPT if that project was the good one for my needs. So this is what I received. I received the list of operations the system can do. So from there, I started playing with it. Then the third phase, but this is second in the flow because I wanted to keep the development phase as last. But sometimes it happens that software doesn't work, or at least you need to dig deeper into some aspects. And the idea here is that there is this concept of rubber duck debugging. I don't know if you are aware of it. In software development, it means that if you try to explain the project or the problem to a rubber duck, the yellow one, the small one, by doing that, you will put everything in order in your mind, and you will find the answer yourself. But this is on steroid because it can sometimes give you more ideas. For example, I just ask for warning error explanation if there is something. In this case, I was using a deprecated method on a Java code base, and I was asking I pasted here the error message, the warning, and just to get all the description, because it's quick to understand what you need to use instead of that one, but I was more interested in why they deprecated it. So in this case, it saved me so much time. And another example, here I was debugging a problem with environment variables, and so I was asking directly if in this case they are the environment variables are used at build time or runtime, that are two different phases of this software. So I wanted to investigate on it, just get more information, digging into the issue, because I had an issue in this setup, but I wasn't sure what was it. So it is really important to start asking things and start digging, start the conversation. Because the conversation with this system, in particular ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot as well, that I will show you in minutes, is really important because they create the system where there is a context that is what you are discussing in the talk itself. And then there are, that is used as context for the answer. So you can ask things, then open a new chat, or you can dig deeper and say, okay, let's go deeper into this item. And the good part with this system is that you can get an old chat even months, weeks later, and start again discussing it. So it's very useful both for brainstorming and debugging. But even in development phase, what I really found out is that it saves so much time. Because in this case, we can try to do it live right now. Because the idea of this kind of request that I did to ChatGPT was that I had a script, and I really wanted to just improve it because it takes time. So it's just a matter of saving time. Let me just go here. So I have this script here because scripts are a way for automate things on the operating system. So sometimes when I do repetitive works, I try to create a sort of script so I can just execute it. And what I do here when I need some help in improving it, just to save time, as we said. That is the basic idea. Let me just go here. Okay, sorry. And I start asking, I have this script, and I pass it. I need to add checks and prints, console messages. Okay. So it starts with just pasting your code and asking things. So you try, this is why what I wanted to say regarding the rapid attack debugging, because to make it really effective, you have to describe what you need. In this case, it created, let's take a look at it. So it added some function to check errors, and it is checking the error that is this variable. So basically something that I can do by myself, but it takes time. So in this scenario, this is not my core aspect of the job, so I just want to delegate to this platform. So this is the first example. I just, I have this script, and this is currently more robust if I need to send to someone else. So as long as I work alone, this is completely fine. I will debug it by myself. But for example, if I need to share the work with some other people of my team, I want to improve it, but maybe I don't have time, or it is not my core priority, the priority right now. So I try to delegate. In this example, he added so many messages to get the status of the build, and we try to explain what it does and how to integrate it. And this is ChatGPT. So this is the base usage of ChatGPT. You try to explain things and ask to improve or to explain. So the other I wanted to give you a quick look at how then this tool integrates directly in your environment. So this is the tool that I use to develop Java, and I have here the GitHub Copilot plugin for IntelliJ, that is the IDE. And in this case, you have basically two ways of interacting with Copilot. One is just in the chat, where for example, here I'm starting a new controller for an API. I just want to do all the operations. So I just asked Copilot to create the crude operations that are create, read, update, delete. So what happens is that it starts creating them, because this is boilerplate, it's not something you need to really put your mind on, because it's very repetitive. It's just a matter of getting parameters and saving them. This is the first approach. So you just ask from here, it has the context of your project. So the idea is that the answer will be very tailored to your needs, to your code. So it's really powerful. And the other option is by using comment to the code. So you add just comments, and then it will start to, let's see if I can do something like here. So this is another part of the code. So let's close the chat, because here we will try to use the other approach to this, where you can just write a comment. So in this case, I just started writing if the email is verified and he understood what I wanted to do. So let's So here we have a parameter and I have to copy the values on another object. So by using the comment, I described what I need. So even here, the really important part is that you need to have an idea on what you want to do and to achieve, because you will write comments on the code, and then Copilot will try to fill the gaps and try to create your work. This is an approach that I really love, because when I started my career with my friend Fabio, we started with this concept that every line should have had a code, a comment, and in this way you were reading comments and understand the flow of the project. It was really our core approach is not really something you want to do right now, but back to 20 years ago it was pretty cool. So this is really nice, because it's like pair programming, if you are aware of the concept that basically you develop on the same PC on two people. One that is taking care of the small details, and the other one taking care of the overall scenario. So in this case, I'm writing the code, so I'm just not losing my mind into the method name, the parameter name. I just try to describe the high-level concept of the project. In this way, you can get quick code, but everything is here under Git, so it's version controlled, and I control every line that gets written like this, because sometimes this engine tries to replicate things. Sometimes they don't use the same coding style, because it depends on what it is using right now, because it learned a lot, but then it learned from different people, different code bases. So when it generates something, not always it has the same style between code, between classes or part of code. So I really like to check everything. And so this is going back to the slides here. Okay. This is really it is the base on the discussion of where I didn't find it useful. I really can't work with this if I don't know anything. So I started playing with it to create an Android app. I never did it, and it was a mess. I wasn't able to make it work. I tried to learn a new environment, a new language with it, and it didn't work. Because at the end of the day, when everything else fails, just read the documentation. So you really need to go to the source of the knowledge, because otherwise you will not be able to do anything. And this is why the question if it's something that can steal jobs, it is, it's really a hot topic. It is improving so fast that it's hard to keep pace with it. But the overall idea is that it's currently more like a transformation of our world, not just my job, our world. It's an opportunity because it is, it makes everything so quick. And a productivity multiplier, but this also implies that if you start with nothing, you can multiply 0 for anything, but it will not work. So this is why it is really important to understand that it can speed up things, but even software, it's huge, it's everywhere, so it really, I don't think it is a threat right now. It's really something we should learn to work with. And I think this is one of the most viral tweet on AI lately. That is really, I don't know if you ever see it, but it's it's amazing. So the basic idea is that I want AI to do all the boring part. So this is why I asked AI to just check. I know how to do that, but I don't want to spend time on it. I asked it ideas because it has so much knowledge. They used so many websites, so many pages, so many code bases to train the system, because it's a system that was trained on internet, on anything that can be found on the internet. So it's really something we need to understand. But the basic idea is that by using it to delegate boring part, we can then focus on the things that are most important for us. In this case, was art and writing. This is really amazing. And that's it. I wanted to just give you a quick overview and just some notes, some ideas, some examples on that work for me, but they are so generic that can work in different scenarios, really. So it's something we need to start using, start understanding, and learning from it, because sometimes I ask things just to learn. And then I go to the documentation to have the final, the complete understanding. But to start getting the first idea, it's a tool that's really important right now, and this is why it's the hot topic and it's changing the world. So, thank you.